serious thing, and
I mean,
She's right.
it's one day.
She's right.
would you think it would have gone bad to do
You're a
that?
judge.
Yeah, but let's have fun.
This is not about fun.
No, that's true. I guess that's a matter of perspective, right? You were on bond for DWI, and now you've picked up another DWI. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
The officer was dispatched to a major one-car vehicle accident. The officer made contact with a witness who observed the motor vehicle had left the scene, but was still blocking a moving lane of traffic and had struck a school zone signpost. The officer also observed the defendant's motor vehicle had crashed in the direction moving against the flow of traffic, and the witness identified the defendant as the driver. EMS saw the defendant in the driver's seat of the crashed vehicle with her feet sticking out and the engine still running. Upon contact with the defendant, the officer observed bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and unsteady balance on the defendant's person, along with a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, and general disorientation and slow responses. When asked about the accident, the defendant stated she may have fallen asleep, but did not remember the crash occurring. The defendant admitted to drinking and consuming Adderall, and she said that she was the sole occupant and operator of the motor vehicle. The officers recovered 2 open alcoholic beverage containers from the passenger side floorboard.
Drinking while driving?
Yes, Your Honor. And 4 unopened containers. Standard field sobriety tests were performed. HGN 4 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, and 1 leg stand 3 out of 4. A blood warrant was drafted and executed.
The lab results came back as 0.286.
0.026.
0.206, because there's a big difference. Is it 0.26?
Yes, 0.286. Yes, Judge. Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
That is a very high blood test. Can you run an NCIC? I'd like to know what other kind of criminal history she has, number one. Number two, did we have her sign a no driving affidavit on the first one? Because if she did, I'm going to have a contempt hearing.
I don't see a no driving affidavit on file, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, her driver's license wasn't eligible though on the second DWI.
Probably because of the first and the ALR. Mr. Treadwell, I want you to be perfectly clear about something. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the citizens of Harris County. Every single day, someone dies because of a DWI in Harris County. And I will do everything in my power to protect my city. And if that means putting you in custody because you repeatedly flaunt our bond conditions, so be it. Now, I'm going to revoke your bond and I'm taking you in. And now, if you do get out, you will have a strict curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And I'm forbidding you from going within a car at all. You will now be signing an affidavit. And if I find that you drive, and I don't care what your reason is, I don't care if Jesus comes down and tells you he needs to ride to church, you get into a car and drive, I will have a contempt hearing. Every time you get into a car, it's up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine. On one ankle, you will get a GPS monitor. On your other.
All right, folks, strap in because today's courtroom ride is absolutely wild. We're watching a judge who's not afraid to mix serious justice with a little Halloween flair. Yes, you heard that right. Judge Fleer shows up dressed as Beetlejuice while dealing with some truly reckless defendants. And make no mistake, this isn't just for laughs. The defendant here is on bond for DWI and picks up another one. That combination of flair and ferocity sets the stage for high drama. We'll see scoldings, strict curfews, GPS monitors, and scram devices, all while the judge maintains complete control. Stick around because the courtroom energy is intense, chaotic, and totally captivating.
That's the only thing they put on. So he went there. I mean, he's got the GPS, he's doing everything he's supposed to, Your Honor. I don't own a vehicle.
My concern is public safety. You have a manslaughter from last year, a felony assault, and another assault. And now you have a DWI. You're crashing and burning before our eyes. And what I don't want you to do is leave a wake of destruction in your path. That's what's happening. and I'm going to do everything in my power to stop it. If it's an inconvenience to you to have this, every day there's a death in Harris County because of alcohol-related collisions. It's not going to happen on my watch. Do you understand, Mr. Newell? And if it's an inconvenience to you,
Trying to do it
the
out.
other thing is a lot of the other judges here would make you pay for it. And for this, you'd probably be in the hole around $1,200 a month. I'm paying for you so that there's no excuse. And you still have yet to have the device on.
As of now, he's currently in compliance. He does have one more day to obtain that device.
Why did he's saying they kicked him out?
Yes, I see the email right here. That's not stated on here. It was stated that.
So let-
He has conditions of bond and told to apply with the IID condition. He stated to our officer that he lost his job, but we did not have.
Now, pay attention here. The defendant is clearly trying to push boundaries, testing her bond conditions, and the judge is not having it. The combination of serious criminal behavior with a judge in a Beetlejuice costume creates this surreal tension. You almost can't look away. On one hand, it's humorous. On the other, the stakes couldn't be higher. The defendant risks violating her bond again, which could land her in serious trouble. And that's exactly why courtroom dynamics like this are so fascinating. Power, rules, and human behavior collide, and you can feel the anticipation building.
Does not have money to hire an attorney. He got his GPS and said that he will pick up his scrap device. He said that yesterday. And then I don't have any reports following that.
So he's here now. Let's send him down to pretrial to get everything right now.
I'll send him a report.
Okay, we're sending you right now to get everything right now.
Yes, we just.
The only thing Mr. Newell, the only thing I'm asking you to do is don't kill someone, man. That's all I'm asking you to do. You know, God forbid you dig yourself into a 50-year hole because of some catastrophic event. I'm trying everything in my power to prevent that from happening. Do you understand? So that's all I want. In time, if you show me that we can trust you, and it's not just, okay, I'm all better. I'm going to be little bunnies jumping in the woods. No, I need proactivity to show me that you appreciate everything, then we can talk. But at this time, with the kind of criminal history you have and the fact that we have a death in 23, no, I don't think that this is unreasonable. You understand? All right, just go ahead, take a seat. We're going to send you down now to get your stuff. You got to have it on by at the latest tomorrow. If not, it's not going to go well. Do you understand?
And just to be clear, you're allowing the changing from the interlock to the portable since he doesn't have a vehicle.
No.
He doesn't have a vehicle to put it in, Your Honor.
So whose vehicle was this that he was driving?
That's.
Are you Dad? Come on up, Dad. Thank you so much for coming. We have quite a bit of issues with Mr. Newell. And it seems that most of them are related to drug and alcohol issues.
Asterisk, here's the part that really hits. The defendant was involved in a major one-car accident, left the scene, and had a staggering blood alcohol level of 0.286. To put that in perspective, that's more than 3 times the legal limit in most states. Add in admitted Adderall use and multiple open alcohol containers in the car, and you're looking at a textbook example of dangerous behavior behind the wheel. The officers also note slurred speech, bloodshot eyes, and unsteady balance, which means this wasn't a borderline case, this was a significant public safety threat. And remember, she was already on bond for a prior DWI. The judge's frustration is
Any vehicle that's at the house that he's staying. I'm paying for it, so it's not going to be anything coming out of your pockets, but my fear is that he just takes the car and something happens that's catastrophic. And I'm trying to prevent that from happening. So that's why I've ordered it. Like I said, nothing's coming out of your pocket. You guys don't have to pay for anything. I just want to make sure that if he gets into a car, we know about it. And that's the only way that I know. Okay?
Interlocks.
And my concern, Your Honor, he doesn't have any bond conditions and the car won't start if it's not blowing into. So you're saying he's going to have to start blowing into it as well, and he's not allowed to, so he can't drink any alcohol as well, so the father has bond conditions?
I just,
He's legally allowed to have a beer and go driving if he's under the limit, and he has a normal use of the mental and physical faculties.
get it, but
But now he's going to have restrictions on him, and he doesn't
I
have
want to make
kids.
sure that Mr. Newell's not driving, you know? I mean, I'm just, have you seen the record? We have a death last year. Two assaults, and now we have a DWI second. I told him that if he's proactive with showing me that he's tackling everything in a mature and adult way, then we can talk about bond conditions in the future. But it seems that with the wake of destruction that he's left with the last 2 years, 2 to 3 years, it's really concerning, you know, and I feel that he's deteriorating before our eyes, and I don't want it to happen anymore. And, you know, my fear is that something happens catastrophic. He gets into a car and just takes off and does something that's just, you can't dig yourself out of. That's all, that's my fear. And I don't want it to happen, you know? I'm sorry, but Mr. Gold, we'll talk in a couple months. If he's doing well, proactive, come back and we can talk.
So
I'm
the
never-
conditions are staying.
I'm
I
never,
mean, you see my concern that it's now impacting his father since it's not his cars. I understand your concern,
Get it.
obviously, Judge. I just have to advocate for my client, and
know,
his
and I'm
father
not,
doesn't even have conditions.
I'm not begrudging you for it, Mr. Gold. I never will.
Question, Your Honor, though, is does he need a second interlock now? Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to pay for everything for you, okay? So that it's nothing out of your guys' pocket, okay? Just make sure he's not driving. He signed an affidavit not to drive. If he drives, I can have a contempt hearing and he's facing 6 months every time he drives. So please, okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you. If you ever need anything, come back to us, talk to us. We're happy to help you in any way and anything you need, okay?
Asterisk now, watch Judge Fleer go full courtroom enforcement mode. He's revoking bonds, imposing strict curfews, banning driving entirely, and even setting up GPS and scram devices. And yes, he's still dressed as Beetlejuice, so there's this bizarre contrast between costume whimsy and unyielding authority. The messaging is clear: public safety comes first. Repeated violations of bond conditions won't be tolerated, no exceptions. The judge even says, "I don't care if Jesus comes down to drive to church." That line perfectly captures his no-nonsense approach. Humor aside, the stakes for the defendant just skyrocketed, and it's tense to watch how the legal system handles serial offenders